Are we already going?
Yeah.
Oh man, I want it in my top.
You what?
I want it in my top.
I don't understand.
There's someone
Them flash watches, where? Expensive watches, yeah?
Mm-hmm. There's someone.
I'm saying the people know he's got cash money.
Yeah. I've got freaking new clutch from the car.
Fuck paying
That's
around.
what I want right now.
Can I still get my thing?
Are you on the warrant?
What's that?
No,
What's your plate?
we're not really
Nah,
starting.
that's what, 12?
Okay.
10?
You do that like.
All right, listen. I think we're going live. I think we're live. Someone let me know if we're live. Let's get this show started, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, grown-ass men in the building, make some noise. Yeah. All right, cool. Yes, I've got how many people locked in? 6 people. Right, yeah, we're definitely live. That's cool. That's cool.
You live, yeah?
Right, yeah. Before we actually, yeah, we're live now. Yeah, we're live. Right, yeah, someone started that off. Big up Chris, big up Kelly. Yeah, we've gone live. Everyone start sharing. You know what to do already, yeah? Before we get started into the topic, let's introduce who we got in the building. Starting from my left with the water. Man like.
Oh, there's that water.
Yeah. Anyway. Yo, what's going on? Rakes.
A litre full of vodka. Yes, it's Mr. D, Darren, you know me, man, the guy with the cap.
You know what time it is? The Pan-African, aka the Afri King, aka Dwayne. Let's go.
All right, and obviously you got myself, the Devil's Ab, man like John Cena. You can't see me, you know what it is. Right, topic for today.
I don't know.
No?
Big up G, couldn't be here.
All right, but I can get to that after,
Oh,
man.
my bad,
I don't stop my flow like that again.
I'm just trying to
Listen,
my boy,
I'm a
innit?
big man inside, show me some respect. Yeah? Alright, yeah, as we started, yeah, 'cause I'm not following his lead, I'm just doing it because I wanted to do it.
Yeah,
But you're gonna do it anyway, yeah?
Yeah. Big up Banks, big up Nick, big up Clark, everyone who's associated with Grown Ass Men, all the supporters, everyone who gets on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, you know what it is already.
Big up yourselves.
We love you,
To
baby.
the world.
Worldwide. Right, let's get on to the topic, yeah? I want to get everyone involved now. Let's just get this thing started. Forcing children to grow up too quickly, yeah? And this is an example that we put on, allowing your child to be grown before their time leads to teenage pregnancy, ? Or not, yeah? Are parents allowing children to do things that should be off limits until they're adults? Too much too soon is usually a recipe for disaster. For example, lipstick, piercings, weave, and nails for a 12-year-old is more than likely making her feel grown. Yeah?
Piercings.
And we know what grown.
Piercings, yeah, man. Piercings, yeah.
Fam.
Alright, hold on.
Piercing book.
Where do we draw the line? Yeah, are you molding your children for their future and allow them to be children? Right, so we're talking about the children basically growing up too fast. Obviously, Darren, you just touched on piercings, etc. What for a 12-year-old? Let's just use that example to start off with. What do you think is acceptable? When I say piercing, nose piercing, for example, we're not talking about earrings, yeah?
No.
Even earrings.
Well,
limits,
yeah, it may be excessive
limits.
earrings.
One person.
He said,
One person in each chair. Go on, D.
Listen, the only piercing you should be having at 12, like Rick said, is your ears. That's it. One in each ear. Apart from that, you better pierce your books, yeah? Pierce your books, go study your books, and don't come to me with no foolishness about piercing.
Does the
At
same go for boys and girls though? Because remember like obviously we're old guys, yeah, grown ups, we're old. But remember back in the day, some people, yeah, not me, 'cause I wasn't allowed, but yeah, the double one, yeah. Is that acceptable? Or are you talking about the ears all up in the
Really, you shouldn't allow. It should be just double standard. You can't allow your son to have
boy, girl, alien, I don't care. No piercings apart from the 2, 1 and 2. That's it.
But I think that whilst we say that, and I totally agree with you, I think when we was growing up, schools helped parents with that. Because the rules were you either couldn't have piercings or there was a limit. Whereas now, it's like a child can do what they want, like they're adults. I don't agree with that. Now I've raised a few teenagers due to obviously the line of work I'm in, and they go to school with they come to me already. This is not get this twisted. Like they come to me with double piercings and nose piercings,
and they're able to go to the school.
And the school are accepting.
I don't get nose piercings.
What is now for me? It's difficult because their parents have allowed that. So when they come to my house and I shut it down, it then causes a strain. So I've kind of over the years I've had to adjust to the idea of, okay, that's you.
That's more difficult because they've been allowed that Do you know what I mean? Through their own parents. So it's kind of difficult for you to come in and just say, all right, boom, that's not allowed. In regards to, for instance, my children, when they reach that age, like I know times have changed and we're no longer living in a time where we were teenagers and whatnot. But like I said, I've said in previous shows, I want my children to remain as innocent as possible.
Yeah.
Focus on just being a child,
enjoying life.
Don't focus on trying to.
But is it piercing? Are we not? You're saying one thing. You're saying on one hand where we're not moving at the time, but a piercing is that looked at as anything. It's such a minor.
All right, it's a minor in isolation. Yeah, but if you allow for one thing, then it's another thing.
Right.
Then it's another thing. Like I said, I've had the kids with piercings. Then it's dyeing their hair red. Like, why are you dyeing your hair red? You're in school. You're not going to a fashion parade.
You shouldn't be allowing children to do whatever they want to their bodies until they're adults. I'm sorry, like, and until you're grown enough to say, yep, your body is your own and you can do whatever you want with it. That's when you can start doing them things. Until then, you do things my way. If you want a new hole in your body, that's not happening unless I say so. You don't go on what are you coloring your hair for? Nah, man, you keep all of that shit natural, like.
Alright, let me take you to the stream. Let's see what the people are saying. Right. I big up Jeffrey Jones, right? He said reception is very poor today. Is anyone else experiencing bad reception? I don't know what he means, reception. Maybe Jeffrey Jones is old school, because that word is a bit redundant about the reception. Signal, my friend, yeah. Right, let me go on to Mark. Mark's saying, yep, some parents feel that they have to follow what today's society has to offer. What some parents need to remember the era in which they grew up and apply some of that to their child. Their children, I can't even get my words out. Children upbringing to ensure a fine balance of modern, but with old school values. Okay, let me try and dissect that a little bit. Some parents feel that they have to follow what today's society have to offer. Is that true? Do you think that's true? Do you think that where people are succumbing to that and just allowing their children to believe?
What I would say, and for me, I would reword that and say too many adults and too many parents are trying to be their child's friends. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Like, at the end of the day, you're there as a parent. You're not there as a friend. You're not there in any capacity to be a friend. Yeah, you've raised this person you've brought this person into the world, and what you're there to do is to guide them.
The problem is though, a lot of them do it, Darren, because it makes the job easier. Exactly. If your child likes you and doesn't have to rebel against you, then it's an easier job.
But does it though? Does it? Because then this is when you encounter these kind of problems. When your child's coming to you and saying, "Oh, I want an extra piercing," or "I want to dye my hair."
And if you just say yes, then there's no problems.
Or "I want a tattoo." Yeah, but then you're making a rod for your own back, because then further on down the line, when she's coming and asking for something which is way left, she's gonna be like, "Well, you always say yes to me, so why can't I have this now?"
But the point is, they don't. Right, you're thinking in your own mindset. The point is, they continue to say yes. There is no stopping.
But every parent must have their boundaries. That I'd like to think so. So where they thought, yeah, you know what, let her just have that piercing. Let her just have that piercing. But now she wants her belly button piercing.
They allow it.
Well, no, but some probably think, nah, it's cool.
1 second. So remember, listen to what the question was raised in the example we gave, leading to teenage pregnancy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So this is what I'm saying. You make a rod for your own back, because you say, all right, cool, and people might think, right, that's extreme, but have a piercing. Then she's asking, "Oh, can I go and stay at my boyfriend's house?"
Bruh.
Can he stay?
Hold on, let me keep this in perspective. So basically, you're saying what a piercing, an extra piercing in someone's ear is giving the impression that. How did you get from that to the next step?
It's one step. If a child would do what a child can do, what she can get away with, he or she can get away with. Now, if the child knows that, you know what, I've just got to ask my mum for this and that, and they're likely to say yes, then there comes a point where they're going to push the boundary to the extreme.
Okay. All right, let me take it to the stream. Let me see what these guys are saying.
I agree with that too.
Right. So, and I want to just get your views very quickly on this one, because there's a few that I've got to read. Right, Melissa has said, I had my belly button pierced when I was 16. My mum didn't know. Melissa, you literally, you broke the house laws for a start. Yeah, you should be telling and getting authorization. Is that too young for a belly piercing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really? And she knows it was too young, that's why she done it without my permission.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so what does that say about Melissa? Melissa, did you have a baby? Did you have a baby after that? Because that's the next step that these guys are saying.
No.
She started at 16. She started the rebellion at 16.
Come on.
If she started at 12, then there's more room. At 16, there's Do you know what I mean? You're near enough, you're becoming that lady soon.
All right, well, Melissa, come back to us and let us know if you became a success in life. Because basically, I'm just trying to... No, we've got to put it out there because the next step you're saying...
I'm sorry. What we're saying is, parents that don't put down boundaries, eventually children are just going to end up carrying on doing things and either asking things or just doing things that they're not supposed to be doing because you haven't set any boundaries to start with. So, yes, it might start with piercings and so on, but then it starts to be like, can my boyfriend stay over? Like, it's a slippery slope if you don't start setting boundaries from early. So it starts small, but small things will end up into huge problems.
And there's always an exception to the rule here. We're not saying every single person that had a piercing at a young age is going to be a bad breed. No, that's not what we're saying. But we're saying, like Ray said, if you don't put boundaries in place, and if you allow your child, if you're more concerned about being a friend to your child than a guidance to your child, then it's likely that they're going to turn left and go, of course.
All right, let me take a few more. Right. Natalie has said, Natalie McCann, so I've had to expose you. As a parent of a 15-year-old, I appreciate everyone who gives real life examples. I do really like these. Right. As a parent of a 15-year-old girl, she told me she is getting her nose pierced.
Whoa.
Full stop. Wait there. Pull over. Don't be on your phone because you get pull up now. She can't tell you nothing. She's 15. All right, but let me carry on because you might actually address that. Sorry. One thing I told my daughter is I'm not her size, and while she lives under my roof, all right, here we go. Natalie brought it back. Natalie represented. And while she lives under my roof, it's my rules, and lucky enough, I have her dad to back me. Why lucky enough? But that's a different story. There's no lucky enough. That's just a good thing, right? Big up yourself, Natalie. Damn right.
You frightened me though.
Yeah, I frightened myself when I started reading. I should have read on. Right, Vanessa has said, I didn't allow my daughter to dye her hair till she was 18.
That's fair.
I think that's cool. That's it. You've done your job, really. By 18, she should have the morals and things to make the decisions. No piercings or tattoos either. Children have no idea that what the media portrays is fake. Airbrushed images with a warped opinion of what beauty is. Right, so we can kind of go on the way of,
whole new conversation.
Yeah, because you're going to go into society complexes and and other stuff. Let me read a few more. Right, Marcus said, one second, let me just read a couple more. Right, Marcus said, we as parents are a lot different to say our parents. We are closer in generation to our children than our parents were.
I disagree.
I disagree. I think we might be more in touch, more in tune. Yeah. Maybe that's what he's getting at. We know the music our children listen to, and we dress a lot younger than, say, our parents do.
Some of us.
Who's that directed to? Cause you kind of look me in my eye. I don't know what's going on. People can't see that, but you look straight in my eye. Yeah, not even at the camera. All right, cool. You're just making me digress. I feel uncomfortable now. Right, and we dress a lot younger than, say, our parents do. There, however, needs to be a fine balance. Yes, and I agree. I think that's a positive thing, personally, in terms of being in tune, because it should hopefully open doors for your children to be, I don't know, more open with you. And, just to have that relationship.
Communicate,
yeah.
I think with parenting, it's just about finding out what works
for that child,
for you and for that child. Do you know what I mean? Like you can adopt ways from your parents, and obviously bring in styles of your own. But as long as you are doing something, whatever you're doing is for the betterment of your child and not for your convenience.
True.
I've got to agree, man. Big up Mr. Carl, for those that know.
I don't know. You're making me...
Wife and kids.
Oh, stop. All right. Listen, man, you got to kind of build up to that, man.
I went over my head.
All right, Marcus continue on to say, teenage pregnancy is not recent. It has been around for a while, so I don't think that is something that can be focused on regarding this particular topic.
It's worse now. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah.
I would hazard a guess and say it's worse.
So I don't want to kind of branch off to another subject, but you think that generally kids are having kids nowadays and it's acceptable?
It's more acceptable.
It's definitely more acceptable.
You've got to understand the governments have helped them with that as well. They can like a lot of them get pregnant again and they have their abortions, they go and they don't have to tell their parents for God's sake. Like, that's all nuts.
That's crazy. Hold on.
They don't have to inform their parents they've done all of that.
What age? Like
once you're under 18, you don't have to, you go to under 18, they don't have to inform their parents. They can go to the doctor, sort everything out, and nobody needs to know about it.
Serious?
It's mad, bro.
Wow. Let me carry on with a couple more. big up everyone who's commenting, man. There's a lot coming through. I like this. I'm going to try and read out as much as possible. Everyone start clicking the like and the heart buttons. All those things help us. Big up the people watching on YouTube as well. Yeah, we see you as well.
Big up our viewers on YouTube.
Karina Blackman has said, my daughter's 13. She's not allowed makeup or piercings. Look at you. You love all that shit. You love it.
I love it.
It makes us so happy. Right.
No, but you know what? It just sets the boundary. Your child knows. Don't like all of that. That is surplus. It's it's not necessary.
You know, it's.
Oh, sorry, you still really.
Can I just finish off? Can I just touch on it?
My bad, sorry. I didn't.
Like, it sets a tone, yeah?
Yeah.
And when she gets to 15, 16, she ain't gonna be saying, Mum, can my boyfriend stay over here? Because she knows already there are boundaries in place and she ain't gonna step.
Go on.
Don't get passionate on me, you know. You kiss your teeth. Why do you kiss your teeth after you send the comment?
Like I said, you know, the job that I do, I get a lot of kids that's their thing. Can I stay at my boyfriend? And I don't get it. Like, you should even ask the question.
That's a different topic though.
Yeah, 100%.
I think we might have to do that still, but yeah.
It's mad.
I'm gonna Karina. Sorry, the man that just took your shine. I'm gonna start again. Right. Right, her daughter's 13, yeah? She's not allowed makeup or piercing. She asked me for a cartilage piercing the other day. Someone help me out. What's that one there?
Cartilage piercing.
Is that the ear thing? The top ear?
Or is it this, the horn thing? Like?
Yeah, someone let me know what the cartilage is.
What that is.
Yeah, we're old, you know, because you...
No, it's not old. I do it.
No, because them things are fashionable.
I bet someone else calls it something different.
Let me finish off though, because I can't interrupt her twice. Right. She's and she's put in capital letters. That was a big fat no. Her school is strict, so no nails, no nail varnish, coloured hair, etc. I don't care if she gets mad. Me, that's my baby basically. She's 13 and I ain't in no hurry for her to grow up. Definitely learning from my own mistakes. I want her to remain a child as long as possible. I also regularly go through her phone and look in her room.
Yes,
I see too many kids her age looking like they're 17 going on 21. Alright, big up the kids who are looking like 17. I've got one myself, yeah. He's 13 and I swear to God he looks 16 and he calls me dad sometimes. I'm like, who's that? Like, I don't like that. Yeah, you're 13. Take the bass out your voice. But obviously she can't help the way she looks for one. And yeah, I think that's right though. Go through their things like listen, random spot checks up in the house. Why not? You know what I'm saying?
Until you're 18, anything goes at any time. Surprise! I want your phone.
Right. She said it's the top of the ear. She said it's the top of the ear. Okay, right. Okay. I'm gonna run through a few more quickly. Right. Angela Evans said, "Therein lies the problem. Children need boundaries. They do not need to mark up or pierce their skin whilst they're at school. There's enough time for that." True. Yeah. True. I would like to hear from someone who thinks it's okay. Yeah, put a little piece of makeup.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, just to smooth out.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Just for the contour business and all them Anyway. Right.
That was being explained to me yesterday. That contouring stuff is some
drawing.
It's a massive illusion, but listen, that's a different topic altogether. We're gonna come. That's about deception. Right. Vanessa said, "My daughter is almost 20. She has no Facebook, Twitter, and has only just joined Snapchat last year. Almost 20.
No, you done well.
Wow, that's amazing.
You done very well.
No, in this day and age, seriously, that's amazing.
Or she's deceiving you, but you done very well.
No.
I'm just saying, like, but that's for me. That's hats off.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Wow.
I showed her my social media, which had real examples of danger, so she understood my reasons for not allowing her to have these things.
See, and that sounds, but that sounds like Vanessa has implemented like discipline and boundaries from early doors. So that child is not kind of like a surprise when you're saying to her, no, you can't have social media. She knows.
You sit down from
exactly.
All right, let me go to the next one. You guys, you got to do a lot of writing. I'm going to try and run through a few of these as quickly as I can, right, so we can get the guys to talk. Right, Melissa said, it's definitely too young to have a piercing. I was very rebellious. Oh, Melissa earlier on told us about 15. I was very rebellious and got a number of tattoos. I felt my parents were too strict. I am married and have 3 beautiful children. It was a rebellious time for me, but my parents did instill good morals in me, and I sorted myself out thanks to their teachings. Cool. So basically, it didn't affect her.
Yeah.
So it doesn't affect everyone.
We have said that. And like we said, exactly.
She was 16 as well, like I said.
But you see the difference there though. What we're talking about is people who don't put the boundaries in place from early doors.
She done behind my back.
She just said that her parents implemented those boundaries. So she knew what time it was. She was just being rebellious and she went through a phase of rebellion.
And although she did that was wrong, it doesn't say... what she said is she did have like the right mindset on how to do things right and how to do things wrong. So although she went and got a piercing, it's not like she was just reckless, and she might have been, she might have been on the right path, like in other things.
That's what
she
I'm.
just
That's the
went and
argument.
done something.
Who says that? That's it's the recipe for disaster.
No,
Do you understand
all,
what I mean?
all it is if you try and put some boundaries down, at least you've done your bit. At least your child understands where you're coming from. Every child is not going to follow the boundaries, but they know what the boundaries are. They know what's been set.
Exactly.
You've done your bit at setting what's right and what's wrong. Every child is not always going to stay inside that, but at least they know. A lot of these children don't actually know what's wrong and what's right.
Because they haven't had a teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Right, Mark's got a question for us. Right. If your children said they were getting a tattoo, what would you say?
What do you mean getting? What do you mean they're getting? It's
Let me finish. Two of you have them, so they will see that as a pass to say they can get it. Ooh, they can
So
get
you
it
can
done.
have it when you become a man or a
What
woman
would you
in
say?
my house.
I'm going to finish the question. I will take a guess as to say your parents didn't have them done, hence it may have been a bigger issue if you told them you were getting it done or were told to wait until you were older and not under their roof. But so basically it's almost like double standards though.
No,
No,
it's not double
I'm
standards.
not
why?
saying it is. I'm not saying it is.
You said it's like. But anyway,
Because you didn't let me finish. You still cutting me, come on.
what I'm saying is, it's not double standards simply because my parents told me I had to wait till I was 18 to get my first tattoo.
Same, man.
And I waited. Do you know what I mean? And that's exactly what I'd say to my children. If you want to get a tattoo, cool, when you're 18. Until then, don't even bring it to me.
It's true, and if you don't listen, yeah, you learn. I went on before 18, and I regret like a motherfucker. It's stupid.
I'm with real same.
Why did you regret it?
Because it's shit.
And that's so real, man. At them ages, the kind of tattoos that you're going to get is going to be dead when you look back at it in 10
But
years.
you know what it is, yeah? As a following answer to the question, that's it right there. You could show the examples of what happens when you go and do these things too soon and make lifelong decisions with no real information or knowledge about life.
Exactly.
But right, so yeah, Mark, you can definitely consider that answered. Right. Michelle said, I was 18 when I got my first pierce and tattoo. I asked permission from my mum and I paid for it myself as I had a job at the time. My mum was militant, yeah?
Yes.
And respect, you know what, you're 18, you're still asking permission.
Exactly.
I imagine that you was probably living with your mum still. And that's just respect, man.
I like that.
Right, a diva.
Come on, get it
A
right.
diva. Someone tell me how to spell
A
it.
diva.
A diva, of course it is. Right, what is the solution here? You're saying that allowing your children to go on and make their own choices and mistakes it's a negative. Then a couple of months ago you were talking about pastor's daughter syndrome. Are we supposed to be firm as parents or allow our children to make their own mistakes? I big up to you, diva. Yeah.
Obviously, the person who spoke about the pastor isn't actually here, but at the end of the day, I think there's a thin line in it, and you got to balance it all out. There's no point withdrawing absolutely everything so your child can't do nothing, because if your child can't do nothing, they are going to rebel at some point. You have to know when to bend and when not to bend, and sometimes you got to make your children believe that they're making a decision when they're not making the decisions.
But piercings and hair and all of that isn't your decision. It's my decision. You're not getting it. Yeah. I'm not making you feel like that's maybe your decision. like you know, saying before, when you're an adult, you can do them things. When you're bringing in money and when you're 18, by all means, make your own decisions. Don't get me wrong. While you're still in my household, we're still gonna have to discuss certain things. But with your body, if you want to go and do something, that's fine. You can go and do it, and you're paying for it yourself.
Yeah, and I think Adiva, just to carry on to that, parenting is about balance and being adaptable, innit? It can't just be no hard fast and rule it's just no to everything. Do you understand what I mean? There has to be give and take, but within reason, and and let me just emphasize that within reason.
Oh, so can I say one thing I like that post. You know why I like that post? Because it shows that Adiva was watching us a couple months back.
Yeah, and you know what? If we're hypocrites, then call us hypocrites, innit? Adiva, don't hide behind no words. Just say, you guys are hypocrites. You know?
And none of us said the thing about pastor's daughter.
Just to be clear.
Just saying.
No, you can't drop man under the bus.
Bro,
like
listen,
that.
when it was said,
on
I
our
backed
show.
up away from it. When it was said, I had nothing to do with that comment, and I stand by that.
He's a grown ass man.
I'm all down
He
for
can
the
stand by
pastor's
himself.
daughter.
He ain't pointing at me just for the record.
Nah, real talk. Nah, Adiva, big up yourself. Right, Kelly's just touched on something that I did want to go into as well, because And this kind of goes on to our next subject a little bit, but no. Right, I wasn't allowed to relax my hair.
Yes.
Until I went to college, and even that was a struggle. Mum wasn't having a bar of it.
Yes.
Nail polish was a no-no. Mate, it was a clear mascara and clear nail polish only. I so thank her for this now. I appreciate how she set standards from early. And I think that is definitely a good thing in terms of setting the standards. But, Kelly, if your hair, was, I don't know, real tough. Like, I'm talking...
Break combs.
I'm talking, don't cook the oxtail for long enough tough. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, let me finish.
Yeah, and it's hard. Listen, and it's hard to manage, and you can't style it, and you're being, I don't know, ridiculed at school. Would that be a time to say, you know what, cool, I'll be flexible on the rules to help out?
Why should it be?
I'm asking you.
Why should
I've just put a question to you, you can't answer me.
Okay, cool. Alright, fair enough. I'll answer the question. No. No. Point blank, no. Listen, your hair is the hair that you've been born with. It's the hair you've been given.
Got to work and manage it.
Yeah. There's no way that you should feel ashamed of the hair that you're given, or the nose that you're given, or whatever it is that your
Shout out to the bald guys. Yeah, carry on. Alright. Yeah, carry on. Sorry, I was going to throw you off there.
The baldies. Yeah. So that question for me gets thrown out the window simply because of the fact that, like, for there's too many young girls out there who are influenced by society and the magazines and so forth that they're seeing nowadays. Yeah,
and 10 times worse than
and especially the girls who do not look like the girls that they're seeing in the magazine. They want to go and perm your hair. Like, you're putting a chemical in your hair. Like, do you know in 10, 30, 20, 30 years
what it's going to do?
What it's going to do to your hair?
Alright, so cool.
Look how many
do you guys
chicks
feel the same about weaves and extensions at that age as well?
Of course.
No, what? That's it's insane.
Yeah, I'm with
Even extensions.
Why do you need to have extensions?
No.
Why do you need to have extensions?
I'm with
Don't that help you
no.
grow your hair?
No.
I don't know, girls. Listen, obviously
Yeah,
you guys know.
I'm not as harsh.
It helps.
I'm not as
Protective hairstyling, I'm all for. But if you're just putting in weave and you're putting in extensions just to look like fashionable and look like the keeping up with the Joneses. Sorry, no pun. then nah, it's not for me.
Yeah, I've got to totally agree with Darren. And like I said, a lot of the whole permanent stuff, it's all, I don't want to go into another topic, but it's all conditioning in it. And it's a European standard of beauty. Like, we should be comfortable with the hair that we have been given.
Alright, so
But
and
no
again,
wonder-
it's
kids don't
so
see
hard because I don't want
that.
to go off topic as well. But at the same time, we're saying that you should be happy with the hair you're given. What does that change when you're 18? When does it all of a sudden become acceptable?
But then what happens?
But when does it become acceptable? Because you're putting a standard in. Let me finish. You're putting a standard in about you should be happy with the hair that you've been given from God and blah 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 blah. But after 18, it becomes a choice.
No
so then it's okay to be.
No, it's not okay. I don't believe it's okay. But if you, as your child, as an 18-year-old woman, want to down to perm hair, then that's now your choice.
Yes.
I have guided you in the right direction. I've told you to be happy with who you are and the hair that you've been given. If you make a choice at 18 years old to change that, that's entirely up to you.
Sorry,
Go on, bro.
what I'm saying, what that does, it encourages, because what we didn't really have that when we was growing up. Too many girls were like, the hairstyles that you see now, it's like, it's constantly in their faces, and girls weren't really as on natural hair as it is today. Yeah. If you instill that from early doors, what you'll have is you'll have a lot more young girls growing up to appreciate and understand that they're beautiful with that natural hair. When you start allowing them to relax their hair at early doors and whatever, by the time they're 18, they just want that standardly. They want the weave. They want the hair that's gonna leave their hair like that for a longer time. If you start from early doors and say, nah, natural, right. When they come to 18 or whatever, then they may not be in such a hurry to go and do what they've slightly been allowed to do as a child, and now they've just like got free reign to do whatever they like.
And off the back of that, I bet you Kelly, hasn't allowed her child, if she's got a child, to perm her hair.
Can I say something?
I'm sure that is the case.
Can I say something?